CJ's third year in 2025 versus heading into Deshaun's third year in 2019, where both times you were in the 20s and both times it felt like you might need a left tackle. And it's kind of no man's land. And in 19, you were hoping for Andre Dillard to fall. Ended up not being great. And then you ended up getting Titus Howard. And then you ended up playing him on the right side because you made the Tunsil trade. I don't know what the Texans' plan is going to be. It is interesting, the stuff that unfolded after the draft, because they really tried to convince themselves, and by they, I mean King Bill. He really tried to convince himself that Matt Khalil could somehow still be a left tackle in the NFL. That was a joke. And he embarrassed himself. That was, I think he embarrassed himself so badly with Matt Khalil and wasted so much time that I think that was one of the factors with the Tunsil trade. I think he's so combatively, and he was a jackass about it, but I think O'Brien like so combatively defended Khalil that once it was time for the season to start and it was obvious this guy was washed up, I think Bill O'Brien just kind of just said, all right, I got to make every trade. And this is from back in the day. And there's actually a funny story about this. This was the Khalil Bill O'Brien exchange. I think it was with Matthew Jarecki, who was briefly the night guy at Sports Radio 610. But he's just asking the right question, and watch how pissy B.O.B. gets.
Is he hurt? Yeah. I don't have to release an injury report until the season starts. And every time I come up here, I get asked about 50 questions about injuries. So you'll get an injury report when the season starts. Right now, I'll tell you that he's out of practice per the head coach's discretion. How's that for an answer? Good? Do you expect him to start for you week one? Yes, I do. Yeah.
And I expect him to start for me week one. What an awkward exchange. And this was Bill O'Brien. These are other examples. This is Bill O'Brien talking about Matt Khalil's camp. I'm telling you right now. And I think the whole Matt Khalil experience has opened my eyes to where I can spot a washed out offensive lineman the second he trots out the first time at camp. I think this has been the best. As much as it was frustrating and as much as it was annoying, being front and center at this training camp, this Matt Khalil training camp, was one of the best educations towards telling if an offensive lineman is washed up. It worked with Justin Britt. It worked with Shaq Mason this year. I think I've been educated by B.O.B. And it was the most ass-ugly camp that I've ever seen. It was sad, honestly. It wasn't pitiful. It was sad. It was like, why are you putting this guy out there? Why are you doing this to this guy? You have respect for him? Get him off the football field. What kind of friend are you? And this is what O'Brien would say after it was so obvious how bad it was.
Yeah, I mean, he's had a really good camp. It's hard to judge in a practice setting. Sometimes, you can't hit the quarterback. You know what I mean? So quarterback maybe holding the ball sometimes, try to get guys open. So, I think he's had a very consistent camp. He's a really good guy to coach, very smart player, good guy in the room. He's got everything you're looking for. Yeah, I mean,
quarterback might be holding the ball too long, and that's why he looks bad. Then, and this is great. This is so great that this is being dug up. Then Roderick Johnson randomly starts a game. And this is what Bill O'Brien has to say about it. Insulting our intelligence even more.
Yeah, Matt, day off for Matt. And Rod did good. Rod's had a good camp. Rod, he jumped offside one time. We got to fix that. But he's had a good camp. He's a strong player. Great guy. He's worked hard. He's really earned the right to get those reps.
He's earned the right because Matt Khalil was awful. He was washed up. The Bill O'Brien, Matt Khalil. That was a crazy time. And there's another one. Here's another Bill O'Brien. Gosh, this is the gift that keeps on giving. Here's another one. Bill O'Brien. This is Matt Khalil. This one's from Wexy.
Along those same lines, you were talking about Matt earlier, managing things from how he came in during the Matt Khalil, the offseason and into camp. Is this something you anticipated with managing his work?
Yeah, exactly.
Managing his work.
He's been a great teammate. He's done a really good job in learning the offense. When he's been in there, he's played very well. We've seen a lot of good things from him when he's played in practice. And we had a plan for him coming in to manage his reps, to get him ready for the season, and that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to stick to that. You know, he came off with a knee injury last year.
Manage his reps.
He was signed in free agency, and he came off with a knee injury from his year in Carolina. And we're just trying to do a good job of managing him the best we can to get him ready for the season.
As things have played out, have more of these guys even gotten more, first team reps or reps at different spots than you would have anticipated because of all these things?
No, that was anticipated. You know what I mean? That's what I was saying to Mark here, is that it was anticipated. These are look, certain things come up during the training camp that weren't anticipated, but there are several players that we had a mapped out plan for relative to practices and games and all those things. So.
Oh my gosh. The Matt Khalil summer. And this was after they drafted Titus Howard. And we're bringing this up because it's kind of similar where you feel like you need a left tackle. Now, they went with Matt Khalil, and then they ended up trading for Tunsil. What could that look like this year? Could they end up drafting one? Do they think that Titus Howard and Blake Fisher can be tackles? I don't know. But I think it's safe to say there are similarities. CJ Stroud heading into year 3. Deshaun Watson heading into year 3. You feel like you need a left tackle. You're coming off seasons in which you made the playoffs. CJ won a playoff game. Texans got their ass whooped by the Colts in Watson year 2. But I think it's safe to say there will not be a Matt Khalil remix, and they will not be making a Laramie Tunsil trade. What will they do? Don't know. But heading into the draft, a lot of similarities there.